You drove off the lot 4 months ago. New car smell. Payment is $825 a month, which you budgeted for. What you did not know, because nobody said it at the signing table, is that buried inside that loan is $6,800 from the car you just traded in. You are not paying for this car. You are paying for this car and the last one. Americans are carrying $1.68 trillion in auto loan debt right now, more than total national credit card debt, about equal to every dollar of federal student loans. 1 in 4 Americans makes a car payment every single month. The average new car payment hit $767 a month at the end of last year. That is just the payment. Add insurance. Average $141 a month. Registration, taxes, fuel, maintenance. The actual cost of owning a new car in America is closer to $965 a month, nearly $11,600 a year. For most middle-class households, the car is the second most expensive line item after housing. The difference, housing builds equity. The car payment is not transportation. It is future wealth you are choosing not to build. Here is the mechanic nobody explains. You buy a $47,000 car. Finance $43,000 over 6 years at 7%. Payment around $740 a month. New cars depreciate fast. The moment you drive off the lot, your $47,000 car is worth closer to $37,000. 3 years in, depending on the model, it is worth $26,000 to $30,000. Your loan balance at the same point on a 6-year loan is around $25,000 to $28,000. On paper, you might be close to even, maybe slightly ahead, but a lot of buyers do not put money down, or they rolled something in from the last trade, or the dealer added a warranty package to the purchase price, and 1 in 5 new car buyers is now on a 7-year loan. On 84 months, your balance at year 3 is still nearly $30,000 on a $47,000 purchase. The math tips. The average negative equity carried by someone trading in right now is $7,214. Nearly 1 in 3 people trading in owes more than their car is worth, so the dealer takes your car, applies what it is worth, rolls the gap, the amount you owe above what the car is worth, into your next loan. Instead of financing $40,000 on your next car, you are financing $47,000. The payment barely changes. The loan term quietly extends. And 3 or 4 years from now, it happens again. Except now you start even further behind. This is the carry. Every time you trade before the loan is paid, you carry the gap forward into the next one. The car gets newer. The debt does not reset, it compounds. It is not that you made a bad decision. The system is designed to keep you cycling. Run 10 years for a household earning $150,000 a year. The cycle. You trade in every 4 years, always a little underwater. Each time you roll in around $7,000. Each new loan is larger than the last. Your payment climbs from $740 to $850 to $960 across 3 cycles. You pay more each time for a car that is still worth nothing when you trade it. After 12 years and 144 car payments, you have 0 net equity in any vehicle you have owned. You are still on the belt. And you have been running on it since the first time you drove off the lot. The hold. Same first car. You pay it off in year 6. Drive it free for 2 more years. Those 2 years of freed up payments, $17,760, go into a brokerage account. When you buy your next car, you put down a real down payment. Smaller loan. Less underwater on the next trade-in. You have not escaped the cycle, but you have broken the carry once. The next cycle starts shallower. The switch. You buy a 3-year-old version of the car you wanted new. Someone else absorbed the first-year depreciation hit, the steepest part of the curve. You pay $29,000 instead of $47,000. Finance $22,000 over 5 years. Payment $440 a month. You invest the $300 monthly difference every single month for 10 years. 10 years. $300 a month? 7% average return, $52,000. That is not from a dramatic sacrifice. That is one decision, used over new, and directing the gap somewhere it compounds in your favor instead of someone else's. Here is the number. The average car payment is $767 a month. Invested instead for 30 years at a 7% average annual return. $935,000. Not a million. Close. But close is not the point. That number is the cost, in future money, of one financial habit maintained across a working life. In 2220, about half of all new car buyers earned under six figures. Today it is 37%. The buyers who can sustain a $767 payment and still max out their investment accounts are pulling ahead. For everyone else, the payment crowds out the investing. That gap compounds. And once it is wide enough, a decade wide, it is functionally irreversible by the time retirement lands. New car prices are up 30% since 2019. Used prices are still 29% above pre-pandemic levels. Average loan terms are nearly 6 years. 1 in 5 buyers is on a 7-year loan. Subprime auto delinquencies just hit a 32-year high. The system is structurally harder than it was 5 years ago. The struggle is not individual failure, but the math is still the math. The mechanic is the carry. Every underwater trade-in adds to the next loan. Every larger loan is harder to pay off before the next trade. The cycle is self-reinforcing, and from inside it, the payment feels about the same each time. Which is exactly why most people do not realize they are falling further behind, not catching up. The car does not keep you middle class. The cycle does. Tonight, open your lender's app or pull your last statement. Look up your exact payoff balance, then check your car's value on KBB. Takes 2 minutes. The difference between those two numbers is what you are carrying. If that number is negative, that is what goes into your next loan the day you trade in. Know the number first. From there, the decision gets clearer. Hold longer, put money down on the next trade, or step off the cycle entirely. But you cannot make that call without knowing where you stand. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more simple explanations.